Toronto steps back into its Taylor era tonight. Tens of thousands of fans are once again at Rogers Centre for the pop icon who kicks off the second weekend of her Eras Tour in the city.
And the Metro Toronto Convention Centre has been transformed into Toronto's version of Taylgate 24. We're live with more.
And Taylor in Toronto means heightened security and traffic preparations. We're going to talk about that and take a closer look at what the Eras Tour could mean for our economy.
This is Live at 5.
He loved me for all time, but that time was quite short. Breaking down, I hit the floor. All the pieces of me shattered as the crowd was chanting more. I was grinning like a
All right, so that was a shot of Taylor's convoy making its way from the airport to downtown just in time for the show tonight. Good evening. I'm Bakari Savage.
And I'm Lena Latifat. Welcome to a special edition of Live at 5.
All right, after 3 sold-out Eras Tour shows at the Rogers Centre, Taylor Swift is back for the last leg of her shows in Toronto. And our Lena Latifat is also back on location with extensive coverage. She joins us live from Steam Wilson Brewing. Lena, good evening.
Good evening, Bakari. Good to hear from you, and thanks for holding it down in the studio. Consider this round 2 of Taylor in Toronto. You know, Bakari, you and I, we had a chance to experience Swift Mania together last week. These fans are something else, and the party is far from over. These fans are back at it, 50,000 of them at Rogers Centre. They are ready to go as Taylor Swift takes the stage once again for her Eras Tour. She's got 3 more to go. And I got to tell you, I was in the middle of that crowd not too long ago, talking with Swifties who've come in from all over the world. Bakari, they are ready for tonight. It is a sea of sparkles. People have glitter all over their faces. They're looking their best. They're feeling their best. Everybody's exchanging friendship bracelets. It's quite the environment. And they've paid thousands of dollars to be here. Thousands of dollars on tickets, on hotels. And they're really excited. We're giving you a live shot from Rogers Centre. Check out these crowds. Now, a lot of people will be asking, what's with all the media coverage? What's with all the Taylor talk? It's a fair question to ask, especially if you are not a Swiftie. And I want to throw some numbers at you tonight to really put things into perspective. About 50,000 fans are going to be here every night for each of Taylor's shows. That's a lot of foot traffic. And the city is expecting up to 500,000 fans over the span of 10 days. Destination Toronto also says the Eras Tour will generate about $282 million for the city of Toronto. So there's your economic impact. That's big money for the city and the province. And the Eras Tour is the only tour to gross over $1 billion. We're talking about American money right there. And that is why so many people are calling this the entertainment event of the year. We kick off our coverage this evening with CP24's Andrew Brennan. He is somewhere in that crowd hanging out with the Swifties. Hey, Andrew, how's it going?
Hi. It's good. It's good. I'm just trying to make sure that my delightful pink hat is on, not askew. There we go. Perfect. So, guess what I've done, Lena? You wouldn't believe it. This whole crowd of the sea of throngs of sequins and etceteras. I found Taylor. Just this Taylor. Hi, Taylor. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain. So it's pretty prodigious that you're named Taylor going to Taylor Swift. Is this maybe on the nose? How are we feeling tonight?
I'm feeling really excited and really happy.
I think we're all feeling like that, or at least everybody here. So I know that you want to learn to do some interview stuff. So you know what you're going to do? You're going to take this magical journalism hat. There we go. And we're going to go talk to some people. Hi, okay. How are you guys doing? And you're going to do the interviewing. There we go. So just say hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you? Good, how are you? I'm good, thank you.
This is perfect. Okay, so this is Taylor, not another Taylor.
Okay.
Taylor's doing the interviewing. So, where are you guys from? You from Toronto?
We're from Peterborough. We're about 2 hours away.
Oh, we know where that is. We know where that is.
Yeah.
So what do you want to hear Taylor Swift say tonight?
All of the songs, actually. We're just trying to wait so much to get into the concert. We don't have tickets yet, so we're just
so we're going to manifest some stuff now. Manifesting things.
We are manifesting, yeah.
Taylor, do you have any questions for our wonderful audience?
What's your favorite song? Lover.
How to Get the Girl.
Those are really good songs.
Taylor, you should also be asking them if they came from Peterborough, did they come only for today, or are they going to try to come back tomorrow if they can't get tickets?
Are you going to try to come back tomorrow if you can't get tickets? Maybe. I mean, we'll have to try and convince our parents to take us again, but we're crossing our fingers for today.
And then you would say, thank you very much, have all the fun.
Thank you very much. Have all the fun. Thank you. You
Good job,
too.
Taylor. Yeah! So you did a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
And are you going in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to interview you very fast. You're going to have all the fun, right?
Yes.
Okay, are we going to exchange friendship bracelets?
Yes.
Okay, we're doing that right now. Pick any one you want. You can have whichever, but any of them.
I'll take this one.
There you go. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. It was really nice meeting you.
You
I hope
too.
you have a great time in there.
Thank you.
Taylor for Taylor Swift, everyone.
Hi.
So this is just one example of, I guess how Swiftydom kind of brings people together. There's a lot to be said about community, like these rituals, trading friendship bracelets, things based off of lyrics. This is something to behold, indeed. I'm going to take my hat back when we go back, but nice meeting you. Okay, back inside.
All right, Andrew and Taylor, thanks so much for that. Andrew's been hanging out with the Swifties. I'm hanging out with some Swifties as well tonight. I'm here with Michaela and friends. How is everyone?
We're great. We're cold.
You're very cold. Okay, there's quite the storyline here. Everybody here is still looking for a Taylor Swift ticket. So, Michaela, I'm going to begin with you. What does your sign say, and what's your story?
My sign says down bad, crying outside the Rogers Center, and then it has some Gracie lines for been trying to work it out, and that I'd be enchanted to finally see Gracie and Taylor live. My story, I came down from Ottawa today, so I got on a train at 4 a.m. and spent like 4 or 5 hours on it, trying to refresh queues and stuff like that, not able to get in. And now I'm out here hoping to maybe someone has an extra if they got into the queues or stuff. We'll see.
How's it going? Like, you're all waiting to see if somebody will spare you a ticket. What's the strategy? Is there?
I'm in the queue. We've been in it all day. It's not looking good, but we're trying to stay positive. Yeah.
We've been cheering each other up and on throughout the day.
Where's everybody from? I know you're from Ottawa.
We're from Nova Scotia.
We're from Niagara Falls.
Okay. What about you?
Vancouver.
Vancouver. Wow. And what about yourself?
Toronto.
Toronto. Okay. So what about StubHub? Prices are known to drop once the show starts. Everybody's shaking their head. That's not a good idea?
As most Swifties know, we're following all the Twitter accounts and stuff like that for where they monitor the price drops. This Thursday is not going to drop as much as next Thursday because it's final weekend. So the demand's gone up, so prices are staying up. There's some scalpers trying to sell tickets here, and they're flat out asking ridiculous prices and then saying, we only paid this much though. And I'm like, oh.
So I did a little bit of research for you guys. I checked StubHub just a couple moments ago. Tickets are going for like $4,000. Does that surprise you? Does that feel fair?
No. Why can they buy tickets and we can't?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you still hopeful that you will get a ticket tonight?
I'm still hopeful. We still got some nights. Hopefully we still got time tonight if anyone has any tickets.
What's your message for everybody in Toronto, and what do you want to say?
Help us.
Keep your fingers crossed.
Sell us tickets, face value.
We all love Taylor. We all love Taylor Swift.
Gracie has no tour dates in Canada, so it's also the only time Gracie Abram fans can see her right now. So it's like, if it's just double strikeout if I don't get it.
Final question for everybody. What's the most you're willing to pay for a Taylor Swift ticket tonight?
It's a tough question.
It depends on the moment.
Can I say a kidney?
Oh my God, she said a kidney. Okay, you all look lovely. I hope that you do get in. Best of luck. We'll check in with you soon. So I'm hanging out with some fans who are really hoping for sort of a miracle tonight. I hope it does happen for you. Sija Lou, she's also hanging out with some Swifties who don't have tickets, but they're at a different kind of party. She's at the Metro Toronto Convention Center for us. Hey, Sija.
Hey, Lena. Yes, lots of fans here who don't have tickets, but this is really the next best thing compared to a Taylor Swift concert. It is the Tailgate with a Y inside the Metro Toronto Convention Center. Let's give you a bit of the lay of the land here. This is a bracelet making section. Friendship bracelets, a huge part of the Taylor Swift concerts. There's also an area where people have been coming before the show to get their makeup done. There are places to get your merch, get your Instagram photos. Thank you so much. So let's make some bracelets and make some friends over here. So over here, there's actually more than 5 million beads. They said during the first week of the Taylor Swift concerts, they ran out of beads and had to restock, but they are good to go. Tons of trays. So over here, lots of colors. And then let's go make some friends. this is where they have the letters, and you can make anything you want, and then you can trade your bracelets over there. Hey girls, how are you doing?
Good.
So you have been here making bracelets for a little while now. How excited are you that Taylor Swift is in town?
Very excited.
And tell me about your outfit. So you have your friendship bracelets, but you also have a special t-shirt.
Yeah, the t-shirt is, it's Fearless Era. It's in the You Belong With Me Eras tour, music video.
And what do you love most about Taylor Swift?
Everything.
It's hard to pick one. I can see you also have a second outfit here. This is from Halloween. Tell me about this Olaf outfit.
Taylor Swift wore it on her 1989 tour, world tour. And it was for Halloween when she wore it.
And you know, soon they'll be streaming her concert live over there. You're with all these other Swifties. What do you love about being here with other people that love Taylor Swift just as much as you do?
I like that we get to trade bracelets, and then we are all love Taylor Swift.
Well, let me ask your cousin. You are all dressed up too in a different era. Tell me about your outfit.
I'm the red Taylor's Version album cover, and because I really like the album.
And for people who aren't familiar with what friendship bracelets are, what does it mean?
There's a song lyric she says where it's about making friendship bracelets, and then everyone started making friendship bracelets, and now it's trading them is this big thing that you do.
Well, so adorable. I have a few myself already, but hopefully we'll get some more tonight, and I'm sure everyone on the street meeting Swiftie fans will be gifted a few bracelets. Back to you guys.
All right, Sija, good stuff. Thanks so much, and we'll check in with you soon. Now, if you are downtown and you look around tonight, you'll probably notice a stepped-up police presence. There are officers everywhere. The mounted unit was deployed, and an incident command center has been activated to help manage the large crowds and respond to service calls. For more on the extra security this evening and this weekend, I want to bring in our very own Steve Ryan. Steve, it's good to be with you again.
Of course.
Look, the numbers are incredible. The city of Toronto says it's expecting about 500,000 fans over 10 days. That's a lot of foot traffic. From a public safety standpoint, how do you even prepare for that kind of foot traffic?
That planning takes place months in advance, behind the scenes, and what we're seeing now is the result of all that planning. This is why we see all these officers out here throughout the concerts. They're front and center, they're present, and they're blocking traffic, and they're making sure, the goal is to make sure that everybody has a good time at the concert and then is able to go home safely, and that would be a successful night as far as the policing goes.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of Taylor Swift ticket scams going around. I want to talk to you about that as well, Steve. Various police services investigating. I know Halton Police, Peel Police, Toronto Police are all looking into this. No surprise that people would take advantage of the excitement and emotions. Obviously very unfortunate. What do you want to say to fans about these scams? How do you know if you're working with a fraudulent ticket, Steve?
Well, you make a couple of good points. Number one, people do prey on those that are vulnerable. So you got a family, a mom that wants to give her kids tickets. You interviewed that young girl who said she'd give a kidney for a ticket. I know she was being kind of funny, but people do want tickets. So this is a prime sort of time for people who are criminals. And what typically happens is if you are getting tickets and it sounds too good to be true, most often it is too good to be true if the price is at a low cost. And I think most importantly, whoever is selling you those tickets, confirm their address. Most of those crooks have P.O. boxes as their addresses. And that's because they don't want to be tracked down afterwards once they get found out. So if you cannot confirm an address that the person is selling you the ticket from, that's typically a sign that you should probably walk away.
Okay, and finally, Steve, this is not our first rodeo. 3 sold-out shows last week. No issues from Toronto Police. Is that going to be easier this time around for officers to navigate these crowds now that they know what they're doing?
Every day is a different box of chocolates, to quote Forrest Gump. So you be ready for the worst, you plan for the worst, and you hope for the best. And we've got some of the best crime scene managers, large crowd managers with the Toronto Police, and this is what we're seeing today. Everything's gone without any problems, fingers crossed, and that's because there's a lot of very good planning that went into this ahead of time.
Okay, Steve Ryan, you'll be hanging out with us tonight and with all the Swifties, so thanks so much for this. We'll check in soon. Now, getting around the city tonight, it's going to be a little tricky. There's a lot of Swifties, tens of thousands of them. Transit will be your friend. That's certainly the message from the TTC. Let's check in with our Adjoa Nsiayabwa for a closer look at how that drive is going. Adjoa. Okay, we're going to check in with Adjoa in just a bit. You're watching Live at 5. We're back at Rogers Centre with more special coverage of Taylor in Toronto. It's all part of her Eras tour. We're checking in with the fans because the party is far from over. Stay with us.
'Cause if you dare, you see the glare of everyone you burn just to get there. It's coming back around.
Welcome back. We will return back to the Rogers Centre for the return of the Eras Tour in Toronto. But first, let's take a look at the other stories that we're following tonight, starting with this. The mother of a baby who died after being found critically injured in a Midtown apartment building has been charged. So police say that the baby's father reported the child missing around 11:30 yesterday morning. Responding officers located the 4-month-old, rushed him to the hospital. That's where he later died. 30-year-old Caressa Edwards has been charged with failing to provide the necessaries of life. Well, it would be cheaper to, or it could be cheaper to check more items off your holiday shopping list this year. That's due to the federal government's proposed GST tax break, which the NDP has said it will support. The exemption, which will start December 14th, will see everything from restaurant meals to children's clothes to beer and wine, and even Christmas trees be GST-free. The GST break is set to last for 2 months, which the government says will put more money back in Canadians' wallets.
For 2 months, starting December 14th, we're going to remove the GST, HST from groceries, 100% of groceries, all groceries. We're going to remove the GST from restaurant meals, takeouts, fast food. Removing the GST from beer and wine. Removing the GST for essentials like kids' clothing, footwear, diapers, and toys. All tax-free.
This is really about saying to Canadians, things have been hard. They are getting better. Our economy really looks like it is having a soft landing from the COVID recession. And this is about making life a little bit easier because we have the space now to do it.
Well, the proposal also includes a $250 rebate coming next spring for all Canadians who earned up to $150,000 last year. Well, right now it is 5:19, 5 degrees. Let's get a check on the evening commute as well as those road closures. And for that, we turn to CP24's traffic specialist, Adjoa Nsiayabwa. Adj.
Yeah, Bakari, you know what? We know all too well because of all these T-Swift shows. It's a little bit of a traffic headache for commuters that are trying to make their way around. So if your travels do take you to Bremner, we know all too well that traffic in the GTA is not great. And bad blood is what you're going to feel heading to the 4th Taylor Swift show because Bremner shut down both ways between Simcoe and Spadina. It's going to be that way for the next several hours. This is the tail end. It's still opened at York and Bremner where you can still get around. But again, it's not the best. But once you get there, you can shake it off and you can show off your style. Now, I'm going to show you my cameras where we are dealing with problems on the westbound 403. Definitely not a blank space. Very slow on the west 403 because of a collision that's blocking the HOV and the left lane. And if your travels take you towards the 401, it's going to take you a fortnight to get across the 401. Blame it on these problems that were happening. You know what? I do have some good news. Westbound 401 in the Express. This is right underneath the 400. A collision. It was in the left lane. And the drive on the northbound 400, not very enchanting. Northbound 400, you'll find the center lane blocked with a stalled transport truck. But again, don't blame me. It's the traffic in the GTA. I'll send it back to you, Bakari.
This CP24 traffic report is brought to you by 407 ETR. Enjoy the journey with a stress-free commute.
It's 5:20, 5 degrees, feeling more like 3 above zero. This is Live at 5, and we are live outside the Rogers Centre tonight, where thousands of Taylor Swift fans are getting ready for the 4th Eras Tour show right here in Toronto. We continue to bring you all the excitement coming up.
My next mistake, love's a game, wanna play.
Welcome back. It is no secret that Swifties are loyal. They are willing to pay thousands of dollars to see Taylor live in concert, and they're willing to come in from all over the world. I want to talk more about that. I want to introduce you to Mary Alice and Tara, who have come all the way from Kentucky. Welcome to Toronto. Get nice and close. How excited are we for tonight?
Very, very, very excited.
What's the story? When did you get tickets, and how much did you pay?
She's wanted to do this for 2 years. We've been trying to make it happen. About November 11th, the prices tanked, and we jumped on it. I wouldn't say tanked. They went down. Marginally.
There are no cheap tickets for Taylor Swift, right? Yeah. And how did you tell Mary Alice that you guys were going to be in Toronto for this?
It was her birthday, and we had her open a little box, and at the bottom of the box we said, read it, and she did, and she sobbed and shook, and she was so excited. So yeah.
And how did you feel? And most importantly, what did you tell your friends at school?
I felt very sad, happy, excited, and I told my friends the day after I opened the present. They were very excited for me, and they were just happy.
No, I know, Mom, you've been listening to a lot of Taylor Swift. Just to prepare for tonight, you have to, of course. But I want to ask you, Mary Alice, what does Taylor Swift mean to you? Why do you love her so much?
She's just a great influence on kids and adults and everybody. She's extremely smart, and I love her music.
What do you love about her music?
Each song has its own story behind it, and it's just every song is different and unique in its own way.
And what about you, Tara? What have you learned to love about Taylor Swift's music?
Right. She has a message of girl power, and also I like that my daughter listens to her because of the vocabulary. Things like, she asked me what gallows meant, and I was like, oh. So, yeah, good vocabulary.
That's amazing. And what kind of role model do you think she is for young girls?
Yeah, she's the best. I mean, if we're going to come all the way from Lexington, Kentucky for this, it's got to be for a good girl, and she's it.
You ladies look amazing. Thank you for chatting with us here for our special coverage. Have so much fun tonight. We're so excited for you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you're watching special coverage right here on CP24. We're back just outside the Rogers Center. 50,000 fans are going to be inside tonight as Taylor Swift hits the stage again. Stay with us for more on this Swift-fueled spectacle coming up. We'll be right back.
Look where I'm at. We was OG like DOC, remember that. My TOC was quite OD, ID my facts. Now POV of you and me, similar Iraq. I don't hate you, but I hate to critique, overrate you. These beats of a dark heart use bass lines to replace you. Take time and erase you. Love don't hear no more, no, I don't fear no more. Better yet, respecting quite sincere no more.
Oh, it's so sad to think.
Toronto steps back into its Taylor era tonight. Tens of thousands of fans once again at Rogers Center for the pop icon who kicks off the second weekend of her Eras Tour right here in the city.
And the Metro Toronto Convention Center has been transformed into Toronto's version, Tailgate 24. We're live with more on that party.
And Taylor in Toronto means heightened security and traffic preparations. We're going to talk about that, as well as take a look at what the Eras Tour could mean for our economy. This is Live at 5.
Once upon a time, a few mistakes ago, I was in your sights. You got me alone. You found me. You found me. You found me. I guess you did.
I mean, you don't have to go to the concert in order to have fun. You can just be around the Rogers Center. Good evening. I'm Bakari Savage.
And I'm Lena Latifat. Welcome back to a special edition of Live at 5.
Well, after 3 sold-out Eras Tour shows at Rogers Center, Taylor Swift is back for the last leg of her shows in Toronto. And our Lena Latifat is also back on location with extensive coverage. She's joining us live from Steam Whistle Brewing. I'm in the studio. So, Lena, we have to talk about this, right? The economic impact. So earlier this afternoon, I had a chance to talk to the VP of Moneris. Here's what he said last week, when Taylor Swift was in town for the first leg of the tour. He said that her economic imprint was larger than that of the Leafs chasing the Stanley Cup. His words, not mine. Right, Lena?
You know what, Bakari? That doesn't surprise me at all. The numbers are incredible. Destination Toronto, by the way, says the Eras Tour is expected to generate about $282 million for the city of Toronto. So think about that economic boost. Think about that foot traffic. We're expecting a total of something like 500,000 fans in our city over the 10 days. That's a lot of money for our economy. And I got to tell you, Bakari, these fans, they're dedicated, they're loyal, and they are here. And they will tell you the party is far from over. Let's talk more about those fans. 50,000 of them will be enjoying the show.
Wait, Lena. Look, just because you're down there doesn't mean I can't have fun in the studio. I got 2 friendship bracelets right here. You can't see this. My friend Luke, bring it on. Come up, Luke. Okay, so Luke is going to get one of the friendship bracelets. Look at that. Look at that. We got friendship bracelets right here in the studio. Lena, you can't see it, but, you know, we're having fun.
You know what you have to do when you're exchanging friendship bracelets, right?
What?
You got to have a dance party.
Luke, come back. Where are you going, Luke? We got to have a dance party.
You got to have a dance party. So let's see those moves. Can we see you guys shake it off?
We got some shake it off. Shake it off. Yeah.
I like what I'm seeing.
Shake
Luke,
it off.
good stuff.
Shake
Bakari,
it off.
could be better. I feel like you could give us some more
serious
energy.
Right now? Are you
I don't know.
Okay.
Bakari?
You know what, Lena?
I'll give you some time to practice.
We'll
How's
talk
that?
later. We'll talk later. Take it away, Lena.
Well, as Bakari practices his dance moves, fans here, about 50,000 of them, they're ready for their own special dance party. They're going to be grooving with Taylor Swift tonight. We've been talking about the economic impact. We've been talking about the foot traffic. I've been seeing Swifties from all over the world, mums, dads, teens, tweens. They're here. They've spent thousands of dollars. They'll tell you that's no big deal because you cannot put a price tag on a night like this. Let's check in with CP24's Andrew Brennan now. He's outside Rogers Center speaking with the fans. You look great, Andrew. I got to ask you, where'd you get that hat?
You know what? I thought you just made my night saying how lovely this hat is, Lena. For what it's worth, it was actually a gift from a random stranger, and that tells you a little bit about the sense of community that can just happen outside of a concert like this. To talk a little bit, you were mentioning the economic impact. Let's talk about the emotional impact of going to a show like this. We're going to bring in Demi all the way from Winnipeg. How are you? When did you get here, by the way?
I got here last night at midnight.
And I know you said before you're leaving tomorrow, so you're in right for the show.
Mm-hmm.
How excited are you right now?
I'm very excited. I feel very cold too.
Well, that's because you were a sport and you wanted to show all the sequins. And we appreciate your dedication to live television, but mostly the outfit. So did you prepare for this? Were you able to buy it?
The outfit?
Yeah.
Yes. Can you tell what era I am?
You're all of them in my heart.
Thank you. I am Lover era.
That's a really good era, by the way. So I made a promise. I'm going to keep it. Lena, Demi was a great sport. So. It's for you.
You want my glasses?
Okay. Hey! Wow, these do not fit big heads. But this is not bad. This is not bad. Okay, we're going to throw it back inside, and we'll be. We're going to throw it back to you, Lena. We have more to talk about later. So much to talk about. So much to explore. So many eras to explore.
You know what, Andrew? You are so gracious, my friend, and I think that's what makes you such a great Swiftie. Andrew Brennan reporting live for us.
I appreciate you appreciating me.
Andrew Brennan, we'll check in with you soon. I'm hanging out with some really cool Swifties as well. I have Lisa and Harper here. First of all, I love the look. Obviously, Harper's idea, right?
Yeah.
How have you been preparing for tonight, Harper, and how excited are you?
So excited.
How have you been preparing for this beyond the incredible looks?
We've been watching it on Disney Plus, dancing every day. We're ready.
You're ready.
We're ready to dance.
What is your favorite Taylor Swift song, and what are you going to do when she sings that tonight?
I'm going to scream.
I love that. Can you tell us more about what it's like to be here tonight? You know, one thing that Taylor Swift does so well is bring people together. And you really get that sense when you hang out by the Rogers Center tonight. Do you feel that energy?
Yes, this is my niece, and this is a core memory for us. We're going to remember this day for the rest of our lives.
How did you get tickets, and how much did you pay?
I got it Saturday in one of those last-minute drops. We tried every day last week, cried going to sleep because we didn't get any tickets, and then we finally got them. They were $600 each. Okay. And we're ready.
And how did you tell Harper that you were going? What did that look like?
I called her on the way to hockey at 6 a.m. and we screamed over FaceTime.
Harper, what was your reaction?
I cried.
Did it feel like a dream? Could you believe it?
Yeah, no.
I've been asking everybody tonight, what is your favorite thing about Taylor Swift? What makes her so special?
My middle name's Taylor.
Your middle name's Taylor. And what about her music? I know that your favorite song is Lover.
Yeah.
And what do you think it is about Taylor Swift that makes her so special, Lisa?
I think it's for every age. Like, we love it, she loves it, her little sister who's 2 loves it. It just brings all females together, right? Girl power.
Yes, it is all about the girl power tonight. Look, ladies, you look amazing. Have so much fun. Enjoy the show. And thanks again for joining us.
Hi, Mom.
Hi. Okay, have so much fun.
Thank you.
We're hanging out with some lucky fans. Sija Lou, she's also hanging out with some lucky fans. She's at the Metro Toronto Convention Center for what they're calling a tailgate party. What's this about, Sija?
That's right, Lena. It's a tailgate with a Y Taylor Swift version. I'm here at the Mac Beauty Bar where fans are getting all glitz and glammed up, getting ready for the Taylor Swift concert. Whether you're going or not, or just here to enjoy, we have Kayla, one of the Mac educators here. Kayla, what type of look are you doing on Charlotte right now?
So Charlotte and I are actually both inspired by the Speak Now era. So we're just adding a little extra glitter to the look to really make it pop and match with her outfit and the gems she already had on today.
What has the energy been like in here as fans get all glammed up for Taylor?
Everyone is having the best time. Everyone's so excited to see Taylor or even just be in the energy if they're not necessarily going to the concert. So it's been very fun. Everyone is having the best time.
And Charlotte, how excited are you to be here right now, to be with other Swifties and enjoy the moment?
I'm really excited right now. I've had like a great time so far. I think it's just like an amazing opportunity to hang out with other people. And yeah, I've had a really good time and it's amazing.
Well, was it tough trying to score tickets? I know they're really expensive.
Yeah, we tried to get tickets firstly in like October of 2023 and it was really, really hard and we didn't end up getting a code. And now we're trying to get resale, but it's just been really hard and expensive, so yeah.
And we are so glad that you're here with us today to enjoy this special moment. And Mom, I know you have something that you would love to tell your daughter. We'll let you take it away.
So Daddy just texted me and we got tickets.
Oh my God, are you serious? Oh my God!
That is a real reaction. Mom, how did you make this happen?
We just manifested and we just persevered and he got some. So I've got them on my phone.
How are you feeling right now?
Oh my gosh, this is actually the most excited I've been in my life. Taylor Swift is my favorite person ever. I'm so happy right now. I actually can't believe this is happening.
So tonight is when you're going, right?
We're gonna go right now, yeah.
Right now, you're gonna
Oh my God.
We'll let you guys go. You're all ready.
Oh, there goes the hat.
Lucky fans tonight, look at that. It's a beautiful surprise. We'll send it back to you for now, but we'll see her later at the concert.
That's such a great moment, Sija. Thanks so much for bringing that to us. How special. I gotta say, there's a lot of tears downtown tonight. There's happy tears, of course. Now, we also want to talk about the police presence, because there's a lot of that here in the city as well. If you look around, you're gonna see a number of police officers. They're here to make sure everybody's having a great time, but also that they're staying safe. And for that, we want to turn to CP24's very own Steve Ryan. Steve, Toronto Police have a big job tonight, and they gotta make sure everybody's staying safe. What does that look like behind the scenes?
Well, it's a huge plan that goes into the preparations for a large event like this. It's done perhaps a year in advance, and it's done with contacting other police services across the globe, for that matter, and other community partners as well, and then it all comes together, and this is the end result.
Okay, Steve, I want to talk to you about something that's making the rounds on social media. Taylor Swift's motorcade. There's some questions, some concerns about that. There's also a video from last week of Taylor Swift entering the city, an empty Gardner Expressway, concerns about traffic being held back because of Taylor. Some people saying, why does she get that kind of treatment? What is going on there, and can you explain how Toronto police would be involved?
So I can understand the optics of that, and the questions are legitimate. But this comes down to public safety, and this is on a case-by-case basis, a decision that would be made by Toronto's command officers, and it's done for public safety. So you could imagine if she were to get into an undisclosed vehicle with tinted windows, as I've heard being suggested, and that vehicle gets tied up in gridlock traffic, and then on social media, people learn that she's in car X. And now you've got hundreds, perhaps thousands of people getting onto the Gardner Expressway, surrounding her vehicle. Now what do you do? So you'd rather take this precaution and get her to this concert, control the manner in which she gets there, and that way you ensure everybody's safety. I get the questions, but the reality is you need to make sure that the public is safe. And somebody who's got so much star power like she has, it can draw an awful lot of people at a split second's notice. So they want to make sure that she gets to where she's going and that everybody that's around her is safe.
And that motorcade, it's Taylor's, but Toronto police are helping, is that right?
No, it's the Toronto Police VIP squad that would escort her. They would most likely foot the bill for that, but this is part of policing. A lot of this cost is being absorbed by Taylor Swift's own people and Rogers Centre as well. They're paying for all the pay duty officers that are here. So it is a shared cost, but when you police a city with as many people as we have, and when you have such large international events coming here, there is a price to pay when it comes to the cost, and this is what we're seeing now.
Yeah. What do you make of this police presence, Steve, when you look at all the resources Toronto police have poured into this entertainment event?
Well, it's an impressive police presence, but I think it's important to point out that the calls for service throughout the city aren't compromised as a result of this. Most of these officers here are on days off. They're here working overtime that's being paid for by Rogers Centre, because Rogers Centre has got a skin in the game when it comes to this concert. So they're paying for the pay duty officers. Taylor Swift is paying for a lot of the security detail as well. So the city is not compromised when it comes to the city being policed. This is all being done on off time for the most part by the off-duty officers, but it is an impressive show of police officers. And again, it's very safe. The environment is great, and it has a lot to do with the planning that went into this.
Yeah, people are having fun, that's for sure, and they're staying safe, which is really important tonight. Steve Ryan, thanks so much for this. We'll check in with you soon. Now let's check in with CP24's Adjoa and Siayabwa. She's the person you want to talk to because there's a lot to know when it comes to road restrictions, traffic. There's a lot going on with all these Swifties in town. Adjoa.
There's a lot going on with these Swifties in town. And you know what? If you're headed out, going to be a sort of your traffic anti-hero. So if you're trying to get towards Bremner and you're in a car and you're headed to tonight's T-Swift show, you'll be in your bad blood era. This is because you have that stretch of Bremner shut down for the next couple of hours between Simcoe and Spadina, which is just east of here. So if you're even coming south, this is York. If you're on the southbound side, they are not letting cars turn right because they do not want them caught up in this backlog. So it's a little bit of a busy drive as you make your way out. Going to show you my cameras. We have some problems impacting the commute. This is on the northbound lanes of the 400. Looks like now it's 3 right lanes blocked. It's just for a stalled transport truck, so it's creating all sorts of delays and backing up that drive from the 401. But you know what, a bit of good news, because we need some of that on a Taylor Swift Thursday. That's what I'm calling it now. So westbound on the 403, this was through Eglinton in the collectors. We had a collision. A couple of the lanes were out. Problems there have all been cleared. Lena, I'll send it back to you.
Okay, Taylor Swift Thursday. I like the sound of that. Adjoa, thanks so much for this. You're watching Live at 5. Taylor Swift takes the stage at Rogers Centre once again. It's all part of her Eras tour. Lots of fans looking forward to this party. We're going to be back with more, and we're going to have more headlines, so stay with us.
That's what people say. That's what people say. I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay. At least that's what people say.
Welcome back. We will take you back to Rogers Centre and the return of the Eras Tour in Toronto. But first, let's take a look at some of the other stories that we're following tonight, starting with this. A 32-year-old man has been charged in the fatal stabbing of his father at a home near McCowan and Finch. Police and paramedics responded for a report of a stabbing at home on Whitley Castle Crescent around 11 o'clock last night. They found an injured man. He was pronounced dead at the scene. His son was arrested right there at the scene as well. And the victim's sister tells CP24 he was 66 years old. Well, it could be cheaper to check more items off your holiday shopping list this year. That's due to the federal government's proposed GST tax break, which the NDP has said it will support. The exemption, which will start December 14th, will see everything from restaurant meals to children's clothes to beer and wine and even Christmas trees be GST free. The GST break is set to last 2 months, which the government says will put more money back in Canadians' wallets. Right now it's 5:41, 5 degrees. This is Live at 5, and we are live outside the Rogers Centre tonight. This is where thousands of Taylor Swift fans are getting ready for the 4th Eras Tour show right here in Toronto. We will continue to bring you all the excitement coming up.
Hey, I can't take it back. Look where I'm at. We was OG like DOC, remember that. My TOC was quite OD, ID my facts. Now POV of you and me, similar Iraq.
Welcome back. We're back with more on Taylor in Toronto. This is her 4th show in the city. And for more on this incredible atmosphere and impact that Taylor Swift is having on our city, we want to check in with Shannon Burns, national midday host on Virgin Radio. So good to see you, Shannon.
So good to be here. I love the vibe downtown.
It's amazing, isn't it? How would you describe this vibe?
It's honestly like it's buzzing. Remember when the Raptors won the championships and the whole city was just celebrating? It really gives that sort of vibe just in the downtown core, plus a lot of sparkles.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of. We feel underdressed. We've been talking about that.
Everybody is just shining like a disco ball.
Everyone looks great. Look, I want to talk about the evolution of Taylor Swift because I still remember when she was a country girl with her curly hair, her guitar. And now, all these years later, she's one of the biggest pop stars in the world. How would you describe that journey?
Yeah, it's honestly really surprising. We know she's talented. She's one of the best songwriters of our generation. But to see her go from a regular mainstream pop star who's on the same level of all these other artists to really just reach this new height, I think she's probably even surprised by it. But it's really cool to see. She's really revolutionized the music industry as a whole. We've never seen anything like this, I feel like, in a long time in the city of Toronto. It reminds me a lot of like Beatlemania or when Michael Jackson would come to town. It's that level. So it's really cool that we get to experience that for this generation.
And you know what I love, Shannon? I love that people will tell you they've grown up with Taylor Swift or they feel that way. When she's written about heartbreak, they've experienced their own heartbreak. When she's written about falling in love for the first time, they experience falling in love for the first time. Is that what makes her so relatable?
That really is it, and it's now the multi-generations as well. We see a lot of parents who grew up with Taylor Swift because she's been around for almost 20 years. So they grew up with her music, and then they're having kids, and they have their little cousins and nieces and nephews like we've seen, and they bring them and introduce them to Taylor Swift's music, especially with the re-recordings of her album. It's really brought on this whole new wave of fans that have been introduced to her music and her older albums for the very first time.
She's really changing the game for so many artists and for the music scene in general. Shannon, been so much fun chatting with you. Thanks so much for checking in with us. Shannon Burns with Virgin Radio. You're watching Live at 5. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because we're going to be back with more Swifties. Taylor Swift in Toronto for her 4th Eras Tour show in the city. Stay with us.
I could show you incredible things, magic, madness, heaven, sin. Saw you there and I thought, oh my God, look at that face.
Welcome back. We're back with Victoria and Susanna tonight, some really special fans. And you surprised your sister with some Taylor Swift tickets live on television. It happened on CTV News. Tell us what the backstory here is.
I was at work and 2 weeks ago there was a last-minute silent drop on Ticketmaster, and somehow it was a successful turnout, and it was like the most difficult secret to keep. I don't know how it was.
I saw your reaction live on television. There were some tears. How did that feel?
amazing, just a lot of emotions, mostly like excitement, and like the tears were just out of joy, literally.
Well, what a surprise and what a special moment. Thank you for joining us. I know you're going to run in right now to enjoy the show. Have so much fun.
Thank you.
We'll be thinking of you tonight. That is what this evening has been all about. All the Swifties who've come in from all over the world. You're watching Toronto's Breaking News CP24. That's it for us for now, but don't go anywhere because we're going to be back with more special coverage at 7 o'clock from Steam Whistle just by Rogers Centre. The show, by the way, begins at 6:45, and at her first 3 concerts in Toronto last week, Swift performed a 45-song set that lasted over 3 hours. So you guys are in for quite the treat. Thanks so much for watching. CTV News at 6 is next.